Hey everyone, welcome back. I'm Parker. I cover transgender news. Today we are talking about the truth of female transgender athletes. I only talk about what is true and real and things that are backed up with research and fact. So we're going to go through all that. I have an article I'm going to go through here and then we can talk about it. So this is from PressDemocrat.com. It says, close to home, transgender athletes are unfairly scapegoated. So this was written by a psychiatrist in Santa Rosa named Dr. Jamie Agapoff. For individuals who undergo male puberty, testosterone promotes higher hemoglobin levels, greater bone density and growth, and increased muscle cross-sectional area, which equates to greater strength and success in sports demanding speed and power. However, many of these advantages are lost when a trans woman receives gender-affirming hormone treatment, which, by the way, hormone treatment is required for at least 2 years in this stuff. So under California Community College Athletic Association rules, a transgender woman or a non-binary student may compete in the women's category if they have completed at least 1 year of testosterone suppressing treatment. The effects of hormone treatment may result in disadvantages compared to cisgender peers. So transgender people are at a disadvantage to cisgender people physically. Research suggests transgender women on gender-affirming hormone treatment have similar bone density and blood oxygen carrying capacity as a cisgender woman. This treatment also reduces muscle cross-sectional area, giving trans women the disadvantage of having to power a larger skeletal frame with reduced strength and aerobic capacity. So they have a larger skeletal frame with less muscle to support it and less aerobic capacity. This is all, we know this from research. Trans women have also been shown to perform worse on measures of low body strength and lung function. It should also be noted that trans women have been allowed to compete in the Olympics since 2004, so 21 years. And not one has ever received a medal. However, these bans do cause harm to trans athletes. As a psychiatrist, I know that trans youth experience high rates of minority stressors such as bullying, non-affirmation, and rejection from family and peers. Most of the time that's due to a Christian nationalist religion, Christian indoctrination. These stressors directly contribute to higher rates of anxiety and depression, which can affect athletic performance and make it more difficult for trans youth to train and compete. These psychosocial factors contribute to the underrepresentation of trans athletes in collegiate sports and in the Olympics. Despite the obvious harms against transgender athletes and the lack of evidence to support their exclusion, meaning there is no evidence showing trans women are at a physical advantage to cis women. They're actually at a disadvantage. So many people continue to scapegoat trans women athletes, choosing to prioritize false narratives over facts. This is exactly what Donald Trump is doing, and he's misleading his base and the American public. These attacks impact all women by creating an environment of fear, false allegations, character assassination, and invasive examinations. So in some of these states that have bathroom bans now, there are far-right extremists who are checking women's genitals before they're allowed to use the restroom. If you think that's safe, you are fucking dumb. Far from protecting women, anti-trans policies distract from the many real inequities faced by women athletes, such as access to equal facilities, pay, and healthcare. If the real goal is to preserve the integrity of women's sports, these should be the priorities. So that was a good article. Thank you. So once again, the GOP, which is the pedophile protection party, and the MAGA cult are spreading false information on female transgender athletes in order to discriminate against trans and non-binary people. We know that red states have poor education systems, so the MAGA cult and the pedophile protectors are taking advantage of their ignorance and stupidity. This is a fascist tactic to create a culture war. This is an example of fascism. Donald Trump is a fascist. Trans people make up 1% of the population in the US. So last year, the NCAA president testified that there were less than 10 trans athletes. So that would be total. So that would be 0.002% of all college athletes, one of whom just committed suicide. So mainstream media right now is currently undergoing a merging of power. Our information from the government via media is being controlled. You cannot trust everything you hear on the news, especially if you watch propaganda channels like Fox News and Newsmax. So be very, very careful where you get your information. Please share this information. If you know someone who is misinformed on this, send them this video. Maybe they'll learn something. So, when someone's been watching propaganda their entire life, it can be very hard to come out of that. So maybe they'll learn something other than fascist propaganda. So thank you guys for listening. I'll be back soon. Like this video, share this video, and leave me a comment. Thank you.